Here's your intel for tonight. As of last week, this was... Actually, I believe it was set to happen on September 1st. So I got a notice that this was about to happen. And it, as far as I know, has happened on September 1st. Now get this. I had to write it down because I was so... As I was getting the information, I was shaking because I know what this means. I know what this means for what our next steps are. And we'll talk about that when I'm done. There has been a $21 trillion check that was written to the United States Treasury. And the instructions given with that check were to pay off every dollar of the national debt. Pay it off. Get rid of the national debt for the United States. Now, I'm told that similar operations are happening in other countries with their national debt. Who do you owe money to on a national level? Pay it off. $21 trillion, go do it. Now, little bit of ambiguity as who that check is coming from, but I have an idea who it might be. And somebody that my fingers are pointing to is in charge of that alliance. There has been $21 trillion given from the World Alliance, who is now fighting the cabal tooth and nail, to the United States Treasury, which is not the Federal Reserve or the IRS or any of those hooligans. The Treasury is the Treasury. That is a government institution. $21 trillion. Now, you'll say, Phil, the national debt is more than that. It's upwards of $30 trillion. True. How much of it is actually recoverable, though? There's a good portion of that debt that's not recoverable. We'll explain that later, too. Once the national debt is paid off, or I should say, simultaneous to this national debt being paid off, there is going to be a lien filed against the Federal Reserve of the United States, the Internal Revenue Service of the United States, every United States state, territory, or corporation acting as a geographic location. There is going to be a lien filed against all of those entities for $999 trillion. You'll say, what the hell does that mean, Phil? So there's a lien against the federal, there's a lien against Pennsylvania, there's a lien against California, there's a lien, I'm going to have a lien on my, with this, I thought you said this was good news. Take it down a notch, okay? Follow me here. With the national debt paid off in full, the United States not owing a dollar to anybody. No, you guys know the national debt is always a conversation of importance when it comes to our economics of our country, right? Y'all agree with me there. Once that's paid off, states, territories, corporations, they could go out and spend. Right? Wrong. Not with a lien. Not with a lien filed against your state. Not with a lien filed against all of the states in the United States. Not with a lien filed against territories. Not with a lien filed against corporations who operate as on a state level. So in other words, the state of Pennsylvania, which I'm in, the state of Pennsylvania may have a Department of Education. It may have a Department of Human Services. It may have a Department of Labor. It may have a Department of everything. Lean. $999 trillion worth of a lien. That means that if they go to borrow any money, or in many cases spend money, they will not be able to. Why? Because they have a lien against them. And what will that do for every state, every corporation, every territory? Actions will immediately cease You will not be able to spend. You will not be able to borrow. You will not be able to function. You will not be able to pay your employees. You will not be able to do anything at all. Hard stop.